And 1, 2, 3 into the 4. Snoop, Doggy Dogg, and Dr. Dre was at the door, ready to make an entrance. Tobacco nut before I have to rip the shit out the cup, but giving the microphone first so I can bust like a bubble. Compton and Long Beach together, now you know you're in trouble. Ain't nothing but a G thing. 2 loped out G's going. Death Row is the label that. Unfadable, so please don't try to. You got girl problems off the bat for you, son. I got 99 problems, but a chick ain't one. And lottie-dottie, we likes to party. We don't cause trouble. We don't bother nobody. We're just some men that's on the mic. And when we rock up on the mic, we rock the mic. There's so much drama in the LBC. It's kind of hard being Snoop D or Double G, but somehow, some way, keep coming up with funky ass hits like every single. And when I was in school, I used to sport a shag. And when I went to school, I carried lunch in a bag looking apple for my teacher because I knew I'd get a kiss and always got mad when the class was dismissed. But when it was in session, I always had a question. I would raise my hand and make up a walk over to my desk and help me with my problem, but it was never much. Just a little something sweet so I could sneak a touch. Oh, I wish I could hold her hand and give her a hug. And she was married to a man, he was a thug, his name was G, drove a Z, picked up from school promptly at 3 o'clock. And I was on a jock, yes indeedy. I wrote graffiti on the bus. They used to carve her name and write a plus with my name last. Hope that she would laugh. Seen her yesterday, but still I had to let her. And Mona Lisa, could I get a day on Friday? And if you're busy, I wouldn't mind taking Saturday. And I was working part-time at a 5 and Dime. My boss was Mr. McGee. He told me several times he didn't like my kind, said I was a bit too leisurely. It seems that I was busy doing something close to nothing but different than the day before. That's when I saw her. Ooh, I saw her. She walks into the outdoor, and she wore raspberry beret. The kind you find at a secondhand store. And maybe you're just like my father. He always argues inside, and maybe you're just like my mother. And this is what it sounds like. Come as you are, as you were, as I want you to be, as a friend, as a known enemy. And I swear that I don't have a gun. No, I don't have a gun. No, I won't have a. And I wish they hadn't given you that gun, Kurt. When they hadn't allowed you to Jackson Pollock your entire face across that beautiful landscape you call a bathroom mirror. Didn't you know you were necessary? You were beautiful. Didn't you know you were loved and adored already, Kurt? Wish they hadn't let you go away so easy. Between the heroin needle tricks and 12-day shotgun blast to the face, you seem to turn yourself into a martyr, a walking Jesus Christ flipped upside down. Did you know what they've done with you now? This legacy called Nirvana you left behind. And what did you do it for? That woman, Courtney, the one who called you love, you claim you shattered your entire existence for. She has bastardized and turned your entire legacy into nothing more than Pepsi commercials and Valtrex ads, so she gets free medicine for her herpes cold sores from the last press junk addiction suck. And what about your boy, Dave Grohl? Rolling over still in the middle of the night, no matter how many 9-inch Nail and Foo Fighter remixes he does, still waking up in cold sweats, wrapped up inside of steel iron bar sheets, wondering, how come you never hugged him? How come you never loved him? How come you never told him, good job on the drums, boy? Always wondering, will he always be the Ringo to your John? And the answer is yes. Even if he was lucky enough to be in the Beatles in the first place, did you know you were lovely? Did you ever realize that the itch in your shoulder blade you couldn't quite get to was where your wings used to be? You used to be an angel for us, Kurt. Used to be so damn lovely. See, we have a problem with God, and he understands. We humans don't accept perfection handed to us wrapped perfectly pretty on a silver platter, so he gives it to us ugly. Like cockroaches teach you where you should and should not live, rather you listen to real estate agents. Crackheads remind you what neighborhoods you possibly should go to, and that the job you thought sucked isn't quite so fucking bad, because things could always be a little worse. So he wrapped you, our perfect Jesus Messiah complex, inside the midst of a moppy moose-haired white boy that was always greasy and smelled funny, but sang like a fucking angel. Kurt, did you know you were our Parliament Funkadelic? Bringing together white and black together more so than Stevie Wonder and Elton John could have ever imagined. You were ebony and ivory, all wrapped up inside one, between an ill bass line and a guitar smash that made you want to go hurt something beautiful like they said in Fight Club. And I see you. I see you there now. You walking down the street in the middle of Seattle between a full life-size bus of Jimi Hendrix and Bruce Lee, where all the kids go up and down an area that I call Heroin Alley, each one of them homeless by choice, shooting up between their toes, thighs, eyes, fingertips, underneath their nails, anywhere they can get that good brown stuff up in them. Ask them what they'll sell to get another brown packet for another hit, and they tell you everything up to including their souls and their mothers they don't speak to anymore. Ask them the one thing they refuse to give up, and watch each and every one of them, to a man, a woman, a little girl, pull out a bootleg cassette of your first tape you sold out the back of your car when you guys were rolling in the old 740 Volvo diesel. Fast forward now, San Diego University, 13,000 13 to 18-year-old white and black children, all of them screaming, waiting for you to come on stage. You didn't get an opportunity to fix back in the green room, so you come out front, bring Bunsen burner to bento, rusted spoon, cotton ball to syringe, heat that shit up, pull through, inject up again to go into your veins. Watch them now. These children, as they push past security guards, also known as retired offensive and defensive linemen from the San Diego Chargers, push past these big walls because these men are tired of protecting you from yourself. Look at them now as they snap hypodermic needles and drop them down at your feet, telling you, Kurt, you don't have to do this anymore. We will get high for you. We are the children on misfit, misforgotten Toy Island, and you are our fucked up Santa Claus. So as long as you keep producing good gifts, we'll make sure we keep Rudolph's red nose red, just long enough for you to not pull a cold blue out your ass. Look at them as they start pulling up sleeves and pants legs, showing you places where they've cut and mutilated themselves just because they wanted to feel something that was close to love or hate. Anything just to make them know they were still alive in this world, where they've taken cuts across their wrists, not horizontal but vertical, to let you know they weren't fucking around in the first place. Now in turn they've covered that same area with scar tissue, using straight razor blades to write your name, Kurt Cobain, Nirvana, and titles of your songs on their body, lest they forget how they got over to the other side of glory. And look at you, walking up to the microphone, scratching where that hole screams. People say if you put your nose to Kurt Cobain's ankle area where he shoots his heroin, you can smell cumulus nimbo clouds on the other side, and you tell them, wow, I guess y'all really do like me, huh? But I'm sorry, because underneath this bridge, the top has sprung a leak, and the animals that are trapped have all become my pets. And fast forward to a studio apartment in Columbus, Ohio that has a hardwood floor, to the fat black man you see in front of you right now, wearing nothing more than some boxer shorts and some tight, wide-ass, full tube socks, blasting air guitar out to, I don't care, I don't care, I don't care, get on your own. When his then 10-year-old son comes around the corner, looks up and sees this and says, Pop, what am I supposed to do with this image? And I turn to him, and the right side of my brain kicks in and says, you know what you do with this image, boy? You forget about it and bury it way back somewhere in niggerland, and let's go out right now and correct this shit. So let's find some bitches, let's smack some hoes, let's roll up some blunts, let's smoke some peach-flavored mile-laters, let's make sure that we get some 40 ounces in trust corner stores, let's make sure we sell crack and smoke it, get some good weed and some bad opium, let's get meth and get high and fucked up, let's make sure we treat Jay-Z and DMX like our God and Jehovah, let's make sure we disrespect our beautiful black women and tell our mothers they ain't shit, and eat watermelon and fried chicken, cause son, that's what niggas are supposed to do. What? And apparently I had that entire conversation in my head, cause my son is standing there, still looking at me, and says again, Pop, what am I supposed to do with this image of you? And the left side of my brain just then ignores the fact that I'm standing in front of him with some tight white underwear with some white tube socks playing air guitar. The left side of my brain reminds me of a mother. I call Phyllis, you call every bit of 5 foot nothing, but still a true badass. She used to whoop my behind every time she found my Metallica tucked underneath my Fat Boys, my Van Halen slipped underneath my Curtis Blow, my Guns N' fucking Roses stashed behind my album of Run DMC, and on Sunday mornings would turn that shit up to volume 11 to make sure that everybody up and down the block knew that a son was equal parts hip-hop and rock and roll. And in the end of that, every part of music ends up sounding like soul. So don't ever let someone disrespect who you are based upon what you listen to, she'd say. Because you never know, the song you're playing and hiding away might be the one that saves your fucking life.